Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Bites of Italy. I'm Natalie.
And I'm Scotty. If you're new here, this is a podcast that takes you on a delicious journey into Italian food culture, bite by bite.
And today we are in Rome, and we are bringing you episode 8. Imagine walking along these ancient streets, the sun shining on your face, and Italian life bustling around you.
Yeah, the Eternal City, home to ancient ruins and, of course, some of the best street food in the world.
That's right. Let's talk about something just as Roman and way more delicious, one of the most iconic street snacks in Rome. It's crispy, cheesy, and packed with history. Any guesses?
If you guessed Supplì, you're absolutely right. These golden rice balls are a must-try when you visit Rome.
Now, you might have heard of arancini from Sicily. You know, they're those egg-shaped, deep-fried breaded rice balls. Well, think of Supplì as like their Roman cousin. A little bit more slender, usually oval-shaped, and just as addictive.
They really are addictive. And that is exactly what we will delve into today. The absolute best Supplì that Rome has to offer.
So, sit back, get comfy, and get ready for a guide to the best Supplì in the city.
For anyone listening who hasn't had the pleasure yet, Supplì is like this little golden pocket of Roman history. I mean, we're talking about street food that's been around since the 19th century, and it's still going strong.
Yeah. Have you ever wondered where the name comes from?
I have. I heard it has French origins.
That's right. The name Supplì is believed to derive from the French word surprise. Legend has it that during the 19th century, French soldiers in Rome tasted these fried rice balls and exclaimed, "What a surprise!" upon discovering the melted mozzarella cheese inside. Over time, the term was Italianized to Supplì.
So, biting Supplì was literally a delightful surprise for them.
Exactly. And that gooey mozzarella center is still a pleasant surprise for anyone trying Supplì for the first time.
It's fascinating how food names often have such interesting backstories.
Absolutely. And it makes enjoying this delicious snack even more special when you know a bit of its history.
Exactly. And now one of the popular names for this snack is Supplì al Telefono.
Ah, yes. The telephone's Supplì, because when you bite into it, the mozzarella in the center stretches out just like the wires of an old-fashioned telephone.
Not only is this really good, it's fun too.
And it's also very affordable, costing around €3.5 per piece, which is less than $4.
Yeah, we've done our homework. We walked the cobblestone streets, tasted all the Supplì, all in the name of research.
Right. And we're here to share all the delicious details and our recommendations with you, our listeners.
Yes, exactly. Get your taste buds ready because we're starting with a place called Supplì dei Coronari. You'll find this charming little place right on Via dei Coronari. It's such a cool area to explore.
Yeah. Coronari is a beautiful area, full of character, and super convenient too. Just a quick walk from Piazza Navona so you can fuel up on amazing Supplì before or after you check out the fountain and the whole vibe of the piazza.
And Supplì dei Coronari is a real classic spot, a no-frills kind of place that's clearly just focused on doing one thing really, really well, making amazing Supplì.
And each one is cooked to order, which is fantastic.
That's right. You might have a short wait, but honestly, the wait is so worth it because that first bite into that crispy hot Supplì is just incredible.
It's so true. The crispiness gives way to this really warm and comforting interior. That breading is perfect. It's not too heavy, just enough to give you that texture.
And they're pretty generous with the portion size, too. You feel like you're really getting a good snack.
And the flavors! They don't mess around. They have 5 classic Roman flavors, and they're all fantastic. Let's run through them.
So, there's the classic Supplì, which is like a warm hug in a fried rice ball filled with chicken giblets, tomato sauce, mozzarella, and Parmesan cheese.
Then you have the Amatriciana, which takes its name from the famous pasta sauce originating from the town of Amatrice in the Lazio region.
That lovely tangy tomato, salty pecorino romano cheese, black pepper, and crispy bits of guanciale.
Guanciale is a staple in Roman cuisine.
Exactly. The name comes from guancia, meaning cheek in Italian. They rub the pork cheek with salt and spices, then cure it for about 3 weeks.
The result is a rich, fatty meat that's more flavorful than bacon.
Yeah. Guanciale really adds this incredible depth of flavor to classic Roman pasta like Amatriciana and Carbonara.
And here you also have Carbonara Supplì. This one is amazing. Imagine all the flavors of a carbonara pasta. You've got that rich egg yolk, the salty pecorino, more of that amazing guanciale. It's like a portable carbonara with mozzarella cheese.
Then, if you want something a little bit lighter and fresher, there's the tomato and basil. It's nice, light and fresh. A good option if you want something a little bit less heavy than the carbonara.
And then finally, the cacio e pepe. We talked about this classic pasta in the previous episode, so I will just remind listeners that it's all about the intense flavor of the pecorino cheese and the black pepper.
Okay, here are 5 solid choices. Classic Roman flavors done really well.
Yeah, and they also have interesting craft beers and wine too. So you can actually sit down for a minute, enjoy your Supplì with a drink.
That's Supplì dei Coronari. Make sure to put it on your list.
Absolutely.
Okay, next stop, we're heading to our second must-try Supplì spot, Supplizio, which is closer to Campo de Fiori.
Yeah, this place has a slightly different vibe. It's still in the center of Rome, but it's a little bit more, a boutique, I guess. It's a little bit more curated, and they have a few comfy sofas and stools, so you can sit down and really enjoy your Supplì.
Yeah, it is a small bistro with a living room atmosphere. A little rustic, but very warm and welcoming with sofa, mirrors, terracotta floors, and brick walls. A good spot for a little break from all the sightseeing.
Plus, it has a great reputation, and a big part of that is because of the chef behind it, Arcangelo Dandini, who's quite famous.
Yeah, he's known for his Supplì, so we had high expectations.
What do you think? Did he deliver?
Definitely yes. Just like Coronari, they focus on 5 classic Supplì flavors, which if it's your first time trying, I think these are the ones you should go for, because they really showcase the essence of Roman cuisine.
Yeah, it's really cool that Supplì captured the spirit of classic Roman pasta dishes.
It's a brilliant way to experience all these iconic flavors in a different form. And at Supplizio, they really highlight their Supplì as the star of the show, and it doesn't disappoint.
Yeah, they really nail that crispy breading here. It's substantial and it gives you that really satisfying crunch. You just want to keep on eating more. And did you notice how perfectly cooked the rice was inside each Supplì?
Yeah, each grain still had a little bit of bite to it. That's how it should be.
I have to say their Carbonara Supplì was particularly good. It's got that really nice balance of the rich, eggy flavor, the saltiness from the pecorino, and the guanciale.
I noticed that you are a fan of carbonara.
I am, but I only eat it when I'm in Rome. Outside the Lazio region, it doesn't taste as good to me.
I am a fan of all dishes with guanciale. It is so flavorful. And in the Supplì, that guanciale brings a savory, melt-in-your-mouth experience that's hard to beat.
Absolutely. I mean, it's really a treat.
And here, too, you can enjoy your Supplì with a craft beer or a glass of wine.
For our Supplì set, we had a beer from a small producer from Rome, and it was a great match.
And if you want something sweet, we recommend delicious crema fritta, which is fried custard.
Okay, our final recommendation is going to take us a little bit south of the main tourist areas to the Testaccio Market.
Testaccio is a historic working-class district, a bit off the beaten path, but it's become a real foodie paradise.
And Testaccio Market is one of my favorite spots in Rome. It's so local and authentic.
I'm all about these under-the-radar foodie spots. There you will find amazing produce, meats, cheeses, and prepared foods, all at incredibly reasonable prices.
Yeah, you really feel like you're experiencing real Roman life there.
And within the market there is a fantastic little stand, maybe 25 square meters, called Food Box. This is a completely different vibe.
Yes, this is a proper market experience. It's very bustling and full of life.
They just focus on street food. And you can see all the different Supplì in the display case. You pick whichever ones you want, and then they fry them fresh for you.
Oh yeah, the breading smells incredible. That aroma of freshly fried food is just irresistible.
And again, the rice is cooked perfectly, and the flavors are spot on. They really know what they're doing here.
And they are generous with the portions, which is always nice.
And at the Food Box, you can expect a greater variety of flavors. They have the 5 classic Supplì, but then they also get a little creative with the flavors. So you can choose from spicy or vegetarian Supplì,
or Supplì with meat ragu,
or a Supplì called Maria Sofia,
which is made with anchovies for a little salty umami punch.
And depending on the season, they have other special flavors too. For example, in the autumn pumpkin Supplì.
And if you want something other than Supplì, Food Box also does delicious, crispy, deep-fried Jewish-style artichokes.
Another Roman specialty we talked about in the previous episode.
Yeah. Now, keep in mind, Food Box is more of a grab-and-go kind of place.
Yeah, this is a market stall, so they are closed on Sundays and seating is limited.
Yes, very limited, but it's all part of the experience.
Right? Grab your Supplì and just wander around the market.
Okay, there you have it. Our top 3 recommendations for experiencing the classic Roman street food.
Supplì de Coronari and Supplizio in the center of Rome, serving freshly made classics.
And the food box in the Testaccio Market, which has a great variety and gives you that real market feel.
You really can't go wrong with any of them. And there's one thing we've learned that we really want to stress is freshness. Supplì that just comes straight out of the fryer is a completely different experience from one that's been sitting around getting cold.
Absolutely. Freshness is key here. That's what we were after. In the places we talked about today, their supplì are cooked to order rather than being cooked first and left under heat lamps. This means that might have to wait a couple of minutes before biting into it.
But trust us, it is worth it. That freshness, you can taste it.
So, if you're heading to Rome, make sure that you try some real authentic Roman supplì. You know, it's right up there on the list with seeing the Colosseum or making a wish at the Trevi fountain. It's just part of the Roman experience.
We hope this episode has inspired you to go on your own supplì adventure when you're in Rome.
And before we go, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast so you never miss an episode.
That's right. We release new episodes every week. And next time, we're taking you on a delicious journey through Trastevere, one of Rome's most charming neighborhoods.
We'll be sharing our top recommendations for the best places to eat in Trastevere, from cozy restaurant to yet another place with supplì. Hidden gems you won't want to miss.
So, be sure to tune in next week, and until then, happy eating and happy travels.
Until next time, everyone, buon appetito!
Ciao!